Oh, sure. Crash. Why not? Let's see. I was starting up and then suddenly Photoshop crashed. So we're gonna try it again. And for those who are wondering what this week's excuse for being so late is, great, it completely crashed and forgot pen sensitivity. Let's restart again. The Dating for Geek Comics has officially ended, and I finally read the finale online. I figured it would be just a few comic strips, but it was quite a lot. Also, it was a good ending. So, there we go. Pen sensitivity. If you have nothing to do, nothing to read, feel free to read Dating for Geeks. It has officially ended. My opinion about the fact that it has ended. I'm sorry to see it go, but it's very smart. The artist is now ending it on a high note instead of milking it like those big companies till actually no one reads it anymore. Now people will miss it. So that was very well done. As for the amount of comics, he did it daily, I did it weekly. I've been doing it for 16 years, he for 10 years. But I am going to surpass him. I only need about, well, how many comics? 300? Let me check. Because he numbers his comics. At least he should. Oh, wait. 2049. Yeah, I still have some time to go. But, yeah, well, he did it daily. I do it weekly. And our styles are incomparable. He has great humor. Anyway, sorry to see the series go. And wondering what the future will bring. Yep, still plenty of panic to go. Wondering when I should stop. And no, I'm not planning to stop. But I do want to stop someday. Because, yeah, you can't do this forever. So, other news, finished the text for book 6 and downloaded the file. So hopefully I can finish those pages tonight. No guarantee, but we're doing our best. And then hopefully next week or the week after I can start the editing. I got a message that Wi-Fi was down, but nope, Wi-Fi is still working with me. So not much to tell. Had a big move Saturday. Quite a lot of big things moved. Hopefully this week the last big things will be moved. And then we only have little things left. A lot of help received from others. Okay, so I'm going to try perspective. So this. And considering how great I am with perspective, it's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to do the best I can. Ooh, that's the wrong eraser. So yeah, that's still the wrong eraser. There we go. What else? So did a lot of moves. Did some cleanup on Sunday. I haven't been able to do too much. I'm behind with painting again. So I had this nice steady amount of stock, and now I'm behind again. This is not how things work. I'm just going to yeah. So hopefully, let's see. I have first day cleanup in the studio, and then when I get home I can do some painting, but I'm not gonna stream because it's just too last minute and too rushed. Then Saturday studio business, and Sunday my student is coming over, so then I can't stream. So I should be able to do a decent cross stream next week again. This makes no sense. This person needs to be smaller. And let's give the backside of a car here, which is going to be tricky because I barely can draw cars, let alone such an awkward perspective. And other news, the museum I teach often has reached out to me if I was available for a couple more workshops. So that's nice. And I ordered my spot for Fantasy Fest at the end of the year. And I still need to get a confirmation email. Am I hearing cats outside? Anyway, when the studio is empty or practically empty, then all I have to do is organize the storage unit, big huge mess, and organize at home, and of course my studio, but that's getting somewhere. And let's see, how am I going to do this? Bit less big wheels. Of course, there's a lot to choose for Fantasy Fair. First of all, well, you know the venue, that already says a lot. And it's going to be dark. So if you have a dark costume, I don't think people would really see you. This can be a bit bigger. I always think it's quite dark, but that's because I have to draw and then I can't really see what. Let's see, slightly perspective. This car needs to be bigger. Not that big that two can't fit, so and I have to start studying to find out how medieval castles, or actually before medieval times, castles looked. I'm guessing there were mostly halls and not much else, because I need to design the throne room for Castle Morning Snow. But if I know my story, it was just a gathering place at first, so that would first be an open spot, then they got walls and towers for defense, and after that it grew and grew, and mostly Morning Snow is a mismatch of towers. So I need to check, and I actually need mostly floor plans, so I'm going to check the link because that's relevant. Okay, so that actually looks interesting. I hope they have floor plans as well, because floor plans are kind of what I need. But a donjon, if if I'm pronouncing correctly, does look interesting as a start. So you don't really see that much. You only see the inside, but you have to see some parts that make you think like, this is what it was in the beginning and things were added later on. And I know that sounds very cryptic, especially considering how much you're probably gonna see. But you need to study to know how it looks before you can adapt it. Or make it semi-realistic. And that's book 7 art, by the way, so I still have plenty of time. And I also don't have any idea what to do for the cover for book 7. It has to be an epic cover. So I'm probably just going to get all the end volumes of my manga series and just see how they look and see if something inspires me. Or I don't even know what the vibe is going to be, so I can't even do AI prompts. And that's not because I want to make an AI cover. I just want to have something that can inspire me, so I can create it. Just like I did with book 6. Everything that came out of the prompt does look nothing like the end result, but it did spark something. So that's I think that's how you should use AI as inspiration, and you do everything yourself. But book 7 is called The Secret of Morning Snow. So maybe I should have something with morning snow on the cover. Thus far I have mostly yin yang. Book 1 is the exception. But that's mostly galaxy, human galaxy. I have book 2 that is sun and moon, desert and ice. Book 3 is dark and light, very obvious. Book 4 is actually dark and light as well. Also very obvious. Book 5, okay, that's more color and black and white. Book 6 is the ocean and the air, or the horizon. So I need something, but I don't know what I need. And that's why I start this early. But yeah, I don't really know what to do just yet. Also, I only now get the hint the purple turquoise reference. I'm slow. Also way behind on folding laundry. So while the video will be uploaded on YouTube, I'll be probably folding laundry. Also, the comic inspiration came this morning when I almost hit someone on my bike because they were very engrossed in their phone. Well, that happens more often, so that's not that special. But this person decided to go walking on the road instead of the sidewalk, which was, well, pretty much nearby. So makes me wonder, why the heck were you doing that? I have no idea which dynasties you're mentioning, but it is probably a time we don't have much documentation for because most were lost. So I think I'm looking for strongholds, fortresses as a basic inspiration. also sneeze. I wasn't quick enough, I apologize. And the people who walk on the road, we have that a lot in our street as well. Which is crazy considering how fast the cars drive in our street. Seriously. It's just waiting until an accident will happen. And then the driver of the car will be always responsible because car. And I'm like, yeah, but they were walking on the middle of the road and not paying attention while there was a sidewalk. They were not crossing the street. They were just chattering. Yeah, I think the dynasties you mentioned are the era I'm looking for as inspiration. Because even though morning snow, all times, let's see, book 1 starts about 5,000 years after they've been abandoned. And there were a couple of centuries before that, when it was founded. So I think I'm talking about 10,000 years ago, which sounds like a lot, but on Seiken, where people can live forever and thus postpone everything because you always have tomorrow, that's not really a lot of time. It's just a bit too... I'll never be able to make such a perfect circle again, but it was a bit too much. Let's not let Penny do the cave drawings. Then she forgets to draw the fingers. Anyway, the workshops I've been asked to host are on Thursdays. So that means no streaming time. But I guess nobody will object considering that those workshops mean income. There we go. Also, if people do object to me giving workshops for income, then there's an easy solution. Commission me. If people commission me, then I don't have to look for work outside. I would probably still take it because I like doing it, but also I'm getting the scam I mentioned a while ago from Instagram. It's now also on Facebook. When the draw my son, daughter's pet, here's $500. And I'm like, yeah, no. Also, someone offered to buy NFTs of my work. I'm like, Aren't those a bit dead by now? Someone who loved my art and wanted to buy it and used the name of a famous art collector. And I was like, well, why would this art collector contact me on Facebook? And the language they opened with was Japanese. So that just made no sense. There's probably gonna be a day where I do know how to draw cars, but today is not gonna be that day. Yeah, I saw a couple of those parodies. My wonderful cars being so wonderful. Also been trying to pre-order the new Melisande comic, but thus far I don't have much luck. Because the store that told me they would put it on the site so I could pre-order it hasn't been able to do so just yet. So I might look for a different store to get it. And it was a sunny day, so I'm just going to give Penny her outfit and not give her a jacket, because it was a nice warm day today. Plus, I want to. I'm also starting to think about taking less along to new conventions, meaning that I should roulette more, switch items and all. There will be a couple of fixed items. For example, the books and the penny comics. Those are fixed, so can't really change that. But for example, I don't think I'm going to take all the pins along anymore. Just a selection. Might not take all the necklaces along anymore. All the keychains. So I can take along other new items as well. Yeah, it was a nice day for cycling, but it was horrendous. Yesterday I had completely against the wind for 40 minutes straight, and this morning my legs hadn't recovered enough. So I already warned people, the first one who's going to say, but cycling is so healthy and I'm so jealous of you, I'm gonna toss a shoe at them. Not literally, of course, but oh, I couldn't have dealt with those comments at that moment. So if you have to go for 40 minutes, have to climb a couple of bridges, riding against the wind, yeah, it was not fun. That's a bit too high. Okay, well, I do like the expression, it's not the one I'm going for. Just going for the classic L's. Seems I missed a spot over here. Also had customers complaining at work. The old classic, you should hire more people. So nowadays I'm rebooting, do you know someone? Because we're looking for them. That makes them quite very quickly. So this is my recommendation. If people complain they have to wait too long and you should hire more people, always say, well, we're looking for people. Do you know any? Do you want to work here yourself? Are you looking for a job? And they suddenly have nothing to say anymore, most of the time. And we are serious, by the way, looking for people. Of course, I can't say what I'm working for because private and work. That's a bit too much for the poof. It was a week of quiet, by the way. Vacation time. But for the past few months, none of us have been able to take our break on time, our lunch break. We did get enough lunch break, so it was not something bad or something. We did still get our time, but we haven't been able to go on time. It's that busy. There we go. Now, let's color on the right layer. How about that? Yeah, that's gonna be some hand coloring. It's gonna be a red road. It's gonna be tiles anyway, so. Little red car. Little blue car. Lots of hand coloring needed. I always just wonder why people with little children take so much risks. Going through the red light, walking on the middle of the street where cars drive. I'm like, you have this tiny little fragile person. Shouldn't you be like, take care of it? Anyway, I also heard that the nice weather is already over. I haven't checked the weather report because I don't have to cycle tomorrow. Yeah, well, at least not immediately. It's a bit too dark. Or bright, whatever you want to call it. Lots of hand coloring details. I notice people are like, but there's nothing coming. Why should I wait for a red light? And I'm like, well, it's not worth getting a fine for. Also, if I'm dependent on those 2-3 minutes of waiting, then I should have left sooner. Why is the opacity low all of a sudden? Didn't notice. Luckily that's something that's easily fixed. Okay. More purple here. So yeah, I might be a bit of a Miss Goody Two Shoes who doesn't take any risks and waits for red traffic lights while there is no car near or anything else. Yeah, the rail crossings. I had a schoolmate who, well, they're still not clear if she never saw the red light or that it was malfunctioning. But that was one big mistake she made. I'm just very glad that nobody blamed the tram driver. Okay, we're getting there. That's white. I didn't select white. Mouse. I need to do mouse. First the back color. I'm going to give the lips the same color because, you know, I can. Okay, then first I'm going to shade all the annos. Already figured out if I use this lasso tool and put it on the setting minus, so I subtract selections, and I try to save them, then the program crashes and refuses to save anything, and then I've lost everything. Oh, apparently there's a TwitchCon Europe. Well, not going there. I'm going to do bricks and all. And well done on the outfit. Let's see, first I'm going to get some texture in here. Wait, that's the wrong layer. Fine by me. Then I need something tolerance lower. Wrong layer. Great, I did it the wrong way again. Let's see, what can I do? Yes, yes. Oh wait, I need this one. Okay, I need to do this, then I need to do this, and I need to do this. Then when I lower the opacity, things go better. Already wondered what I was hearing behind me. It's kitty time. Make it a bit bigger. Now I'm going to do some overall shading. Okay, what am I going to do is I'm going to remove this one. Then I'm going to select the red part. I'm going to fill. There we go. Then what I'm going to do is add you. And I'm going to make lighter. Now some general shading. And now some sky shading, sky adding. And yes, it's the blue Russian. But he's nice and asleep. So you let sleeping cats lie. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, and it's done. It's text check time. Well, that's one okay. And that's an offside chat number 2. Oh, I'm noticing something on the screen. Something is more black than needed. There we go. That's better. Yeah, this is when you have to think about second layer. Not sure what doordenker is in English. It's not a think through. It's just a thinker. Het is een echt doordenker, dus zet je schrap. It's a little bit of a thinker, so buckle up. So it's just thinker apparently. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to close this down for purging of memory. Oh, I was waiting for it to load, but it loaded on the wrong screen. It's the 27th already. Almost February, end of February. Not sure if this is a bit too sarcastic. Good point, good point. Not u en je door elkaar. En it's not een wegdeel, het is een pad. Dat is geen onderdeel van de weg. I'm just wondering if it's a bit too sarcastic. Still watching, waiting for someone who's typing off chat. Oh, I got a suggestion off chat and I'm going to copy it completely. I'm going to keep my for archive, but this one is way better. So hereby, I thank you to the one off chat. It's less sarcastic and more smartass. Well, I'm gonna change a little bit. And thank you for that little typo. Probeer het eens zelf, ook bij u in de buurt. Okay, so the old text will not be sent, but I'm going to keep it for the archive. I'm going to send it off screen for a moment so I just won't forget about it. So nothing is changing. You're going to stare at the same spot for a while. Okay, so first we're going to do this text. And then only this part. Then I have to add the comic. I keep on doing this. Well, I'm not supposed to do that. Nobody likes it. There we go. Okay, so text is done. And the comic has been sent. This can go for a moment because I don't need it. Then I'm going to check for my downloads. The text hasn't been checked yet by my editor, but they only need to check the English part anyway. Thumbnail has been done already, so don't worry about that. So let's see, we have chapter 1, 2 and 3, we have the splash image, and now what are we going to do? Earth and shadow or fire and water? Earth shadow, apparently that one was first. "12 pages of extras, A4, so that means less in what's it called again? Less in the book. I'm probably going to play with the margins. So a little bit more will text fit on the page. So minimizing the pages, making it slightly cheaper. Okay, so I have my text here, which I kind of want like this, and a bit smaller. I don't know the pages yet. No accents. Chubon Jinjishun, the Basil Meadow tribe. The tribe where Ao and Sushi were born. Where's my guide? I actually need a guide. I need guide vertical so I know where the center is. There we go. Our second name has been chosen, and it is Urum. And Urum comes from Urumba, the blue emerald, the second gemstone. Now, the text. Utahande, with an accent, so I need to keep that in mind. Simple designs. Shimals Kaisei. Leather bracelets. I think I'm going to change those. No, that's not insert. I need home. There we go. So that means I have to change those. And Funosum, earth colors. Oyul Acha. Lady Acha. And just like with Kasumi, Oyul is an honorific title in this case and not a nobility title. And Acha is a Seiken name that means the queen who listens. No accents. Irambe Ginso Zelle. Good. Problem fixed itself. Corset inspired tops. Mizun Bordin, little decoration. No accents. And then okay. Niatbon, sturdy fabrics. And there's an accent on the last E. Double space. And then I need to note down. Just need to get myself a reminder. Then we go for Yami. Well, Yami is easy because that means shadow. I'm just going to copy the Japanese word for it. You can't copyright a word anyway. And then Ren. We're going to start with Ren. That means I have to switch that as well. Because you go from left to right. But I can start doing this. Ren means, let's see, what does Ren mean? Wise Talon. I don't know yet how he got his name, but it is most likely connected to a bird of prey. So that story has yet to be told and made up. Tiende Giano, Giauni. Why did I make such words so complicated. Put in Zindama bold stitches. Irambe edene nosum. Watch your language. That's funny. I'm probably going to and one less here. And then the mysterious lady who doesn't have a name, but somehow her looks remind me of someone. Bordu hama iramlo yotsani. Now I have to check where the spaces are. And that means that the embroidered brands are like the old morning snow. And they're just little notes, so it's not completely grammar. Eran o nyats. Short and tight. Where's my oval? Ah, I'm copying the wrong part. And of course this is all too straight to actually been made by hand. But you know, we're just gonna pretend this was all done by hand. And then Hashialo. The tall boots. Of course I like tall boots, so that's why there's a lot of tall boots in the designs. I'm not sure if they had rulers in that time. But Rain, who created these drawings, not me, just Rain, did live, was an artist, so he probably had something straight to write it along. Okay, now I first need to make that line. How much pixels is that? Is that 3 pixels? Or is that 5 pixels? 3 pixels. Technically, if I follow the rules, it should be more like this. So that means this should be slightly lower as well. That's the wrong side. And now all the other lines. Sure. How about we do this layer then? Poof! What did I have the texts with? Ow. The leather bracelets. Shimal's Casse. Hande, simple designs. And then the Funosum, the earth tones or colors. And we go to Atja. That needs some relocation of the text. Going to put it a bit higher. There we go. First thing, corset inspired tops. The Irambe Genzoyel. Zelle. Zelly. And then little decoration. Well, that can point at anything. Because there's little decoration and sturdy fabrics. And I really, really like the dress I designed for Atja. Okay. The dots. Those were 9? 9. No shape dynamics. Just a dot, dot, and dot. With a dot, and a dot, and a dot. Oh, that's a bit too high. Now we go back to 3. Then we go delete everything. Start at the rend side because I'm stupid. Kinde Gyanoi. And Bodin Zindama. Bold stitches. Can point to this part as well. And grayish colors, which can point to any place because everything is gray. And then the embroidered bands, just like in Morning Snow. Or actually Old Morning Snow. The embroidered bands is something that belongs to Old Morning Snow. And the current ice hunters use it a lot because that's the clothes that were left behind, so they get inspired by it. But the other parts of Morning Snow don't really have that. I would need to move this. This is a bit too far away from the image. This can get an extra space, or actually enter, and then the tall boots go low. Then we return First we're gonna delete path 9. Are these double spaces? Yes. Yes. Okay. That's the wrong one. Is it already done? Apparently it is. Okay, so now we go fire, water. So we go up. Oh, already did that. Oh, I already did a lot of the text. But not from the last lady. Just checking. Worden bedoel. Een keer handel. Is me dan. And I need to switch these. That's in the extras. That doesn't mean the text there change. But Ansu. No, some for some border no some. Yep. Yellow Yama. Mianas Funueran Yashialo. Yep. The border Momo Shunte. And board large scarf. That's where I left off. Cool. No accents. Sunwing Nosum Vivale. Minju. Secondary color shows region. And then Yatindu, Vialon, Siaminjun, Tanai. Outfit shows very little skin. Okay, cool. Did more than I expected, so that's always nice. Let's see. First I'm going to get myself a little guide. Vertical. There we go. And this one can... Oh, wrong one. This one can go. So now I save it. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. Now I will remember that it's 3 and 9, so I can do that all at once. We return to Kai. Yatsune Shunte, the playful loose short scarves. Nope, wrong thickness. That's why I check. And then Guides Niatin loose clothes. Oh, okie dokie. This one's wrong. I need to put this up higher. That's better. And this one, if I select the right layer, and then die Guides Niatin, loose clothes. And then the Loale Nosum, Dani, Naiwon, and Voran. And yes, these are not the same length. I actually like that. I think I'm going to incorporate it in the second language if they use lists. That the longer you get, the longer the lines become. So that means they don't make very long lists. Then the mystery lady Zaitun Nul. The poofy sleeps. Bordin Bidul, the decorated aprons. The Inke Hando, rose motifs. That's actually the same. Hismidon. Now let us check. Okay, that's not the right one. I need this one only. Okay. Hismidon. Traditional colors brown with an accent color. Well, it's weird drawing yourself, I know. Or at least for Rain. I didn't draw this, Rain did. This guy did, not me. Jacket Heights belt. Yinil Yalon Yama. And pants tucked into short boots. Mianes Funoeran Hajelo. And the mystery lady, Bordu Momo Shunte, the embroidered large scarf. Something knows Viva la Binyu, secondary color shows region. So that's this part. And then the Nosum Violoncia Mizun Tadai outfit shows very little skin. Well, that's this one. And there's a difference with traditional outfits and things they will actually wear. Because both these outfits are not the style of Kai and Rain. Just doesn't match them. Okay, these guys, well, technically I can close them, but I don't really want that. Is this the one I'm looking for? Yep. Just gonna combine a few just to minimize the file size. This I'm going to keep because I need to know where they need to fit. Let's start with you. I have to be careful that all the text still fits on here. So this page is going to be a little bit smaller. And I can't have this. How's, by the way, there? Grayscale looking. Yep, looking fine. This can go. I think I deleted a bit too much. Right. This can go. Now, I need flowers. Which flowers did I already have? Extra large icons. With flowers. Is there something in here that fits? because these I already used, so you can go. You've already been used, so you can go. You've been used, so you can go. Just minimizing file size for now. And you can go. There's still something here. I still have things here. I actually don't really like them. So you go and you go. And I go back because if I recall well, I saved some extra flowers in here, I believe. Look a bit like I will already have. Bit too much. Well, let's start up Clip Studio Paint and see if there are any flowers I can use. Because that's the last that needs to be done. Just adding a little bit of flowers. And while I'm here, let's get my login bonus. It's a brush shape. Nope. Not really a brush shape, is it? Well, I can use that. Can I make it smaller? And I can actually only use this part, but that's okay. Can I paste it immediately over here? How much do I need to delete? Well, not much. Let's go crazy color for a start. do need some texture somewhere. Bit less. Well, nice, not what I'm looking for. That's one side. And I'm going to do think that the shade is a bit too much. Okay, that's nice. That's one done, but the thing I don't like is that this is not really centered. I already had to make it smaller so all the text would fit, but no. So that means this layer. While I loved it for the contrast, it interferes with the image. Maybe I can make it a bit bigger now. Slightly bigger, just a little bit. I mean, it was Eran, right? It wasn't. Eran Hashialo. Yep. Okay. So that's the first extras page. And then we're going to get the extras too. Okay, this is as big as they're going to be. And now I need flowers for this as well. So let's check Clip Studio Paint. First to get the login bonus. Do I have something I can use? Because I downloaded plenty of flowers. That is a brush. Let's check if it is a brush. It is a brush. Nice. Yeah, embroidered flowers. Lovely, but not something I can use right now. Oh wow, that's nice. I don't have these yet, do I? If I check the others. Nope, don't have these yet. So let's see. I'm first going to... this saves a lot of work. Flowers. PNG. Yes. Let's see if I can use these. And by the way, then we have these left. And now to give them some effects. And make them match more. The other side I still have to do, by the way. Gradient overlay. Every colors are muted, so I have to make this muted as well. These might still be too bright, but I can fix that. First of all, let's give it a different color. There we go. Because of course, I can mute the colors. Everything else was very realistic, so I'm not really sure if this one fits. I mean, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. It really is beautiful. I have to look for something that fits, so I'm going to make a copy. Okay, but it's still too bright. That's better. But it's still too much. Okay, but I think I need to have a little bit more shadow. We're getting there, we're getting there. I hate it when it does that. Boop, boop. Bit darker. Now just a little bit lower because I think it's too long anyway. A little bit more curved. And now we're going to get the other layer. First we're going to cut off all the flowers that didn't come along. Which wasn't much, so that's nice. This one is just weird, so let's give it a different shape. And then we duplicate it. we fix the transparency, do a little bit of Gaussian blur. We copy the layer style. And I think I'm going to keep the colors like this if it doesn't. It looks okay. You go below. Now I'm going to try something, because instead of subtracting something, how about I add something? Oh, that doesn't look great. And I need to change the shape of view slightly. Add a bit of imperfections, so it looks different from the ones below, even though it's still the same. Same here. Just add a little bit. And change the shape of the leaves. Okay, the eraser doesn't want to work today this way, but luckily it works this way. Change the shape slightly and people will less easily recognize this. And how's the grayscale of this? Yeah, I think it's done now. All the extras done. Of course, I need to check it later on, because you could always miss something. But I think this is it. I think all the art of book 6 is done. So hopefully next week I can start with the editing. I'm always gonna test print these. And so you have some second plant life as well. The first thing I'm going to start here is the year 2 print files for the 3D print project. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm not going to do art for one and edit the other because that's too much for my head. So I'm probably first going to do 3D printing art, and only because I need to start 3D printing those as well before it gets too hot in my 3D printing room. So this is it for this week, and I'll be seeing you again next week, I guess. Oh, where's my OBS? I've lost my OBS, or actually I lost my mouse. There's my OBS. There we go. See you next week. Bye bye.